Yes. So because Sukada is here, we'll pick hers. And Kalpana, you also wanted the other topic, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, we'll discuss both. Viraka is joining. Dr. Soumya is also here. Okay. I think they were waiting for that message. Good morning, Indiraka.
Good morning, Pawni. వినిపిస్తుందా?
వినిపిస్తుందక్క.
Okay.
Good morning, Dr. Soumya.
Good morning, Akka.
How are you?
Fine.
Hema is joining. I think you people were waiting for my message. I should have put it 5 minutes before. Is this Hema?
Alrighty, good morning.
Good morning, Hema garu. Okay, good number. Screen is filled at least. Let us. So how is the practice going on? Who are all practicing? Who are not practicing? How is the meditations helping you? Not helping you? Anything more you want to know? Please ask. Hey, silence doesn't mean anything.
Hello.
Yeah, I'm able to hear Soumya. Please tell.
I'm doing Akka Chakra meditation. It is helping a lot me.
Okay.
And emotional things are also getting settled down.
Very good. That is what is the whole purpose, right?
Yeah.
More than manifestation, managing emotions is the most critical thing.
Yes, Akka.
Manifestation is like your carrot. Because you want to manifest, you will settle your emotions. So that's the underlying reason.
Yes.
If we have to directly work on emotions, then it becomes too tough and too hard.
Yes.
Indirectly, we do it. ఎలా ఉన్నారు హేమ గారు?
బాగున్నానండి, ఐఎమ్ ఫైన్.
ప్రాక్టీస్
చాలా బాగున్నాను.
చాలా బాగున్నారా? వెరీ గుడ్. హాయ్ సవిత. గుడ్ మార్నింగ్ బిబక. గుడ్ మార్నింగ్ సవిత. Yes, Sukada. Let us start with your question. Explain to us what exactly you wanted to understand.
Okay. So recently I noticed that I have been an overthinker all my life. This is nothing new to me. I knew it, but I didn't really acknowledge it.
Okay.
What hit me the most was recently I went to my college because there was a farewell party after 2 years of graduation. I didn't want to miss it. So I went, and so it was at night, and I stayed back in the hostel. And the next day morning, I realized that alumni are not allowed to stay there. So they created a huge issue out of it. They're like, you're not allowed, and this matter has gone to the VC, and they're going to take action. I don't know what. They just created a huge issue out of it. So I came back, and then my mind started going haywire. My mind is like, okay, what are they going to do? They're going to cancel my degree. They're going to kick me off the alumni list. I don't know where my mind. It was a very small issue. They sent an email saying, please explain your actions, otherwise we'll take disciplinary action. So I explained. I told them I didn't know it was allowed. It was not allowed, and things like that. And I didn't get any response after that. So maybe the matter is closed there. I don't know, but still I'm like, okay, they're going to cancel my degree. That's my fear. And this degree, it took me a lot of effort to get it. I went through depression through this degree, and I do not want to lose it at any cost. So
even if you did not go through depression, nobody wants to lose their
nobody
degree.
wants to lose their degree. That's true.
Whether we use it or not, we still don't want to lose it.
True. So, this small issue created such a big thing in my head, and I got a panic attack after years, and that was not a pleasant thing. And I was like, okay, this is an issue I need to fix. I read a lot about overthinking and stuff, but I really couldn't make out, how do I fix this? Because this has been in my personality throughout. I went back in my childhood and realized for every issue I have been overthinking, and I have created a mountain out of a molehill every time.
Okay.
So, yeah, I want to fix
Good
this.
insight. Good insight. Anybody has any thoughts on this? Everybody can give your thoughts.
Can I?
Yes, everybody.
Okay, even I am an overthinker, but I have realized very recently that I overthink about things only which I am not confident of handling.
Okay.
ఏదైతే నా వల్ల కాదనిపిస్తుందో only those things are what keep on recurring in my mind. Wherever I am confident that I can solve a particular issue or can do that work, it doesn't happen. The
Okay.
overthinking is nothing but repetitive thoughts
Yes.
occurring again and again, consciously, unconsciously.
Right.
So if you can think about how I'm going to handle and just give us ourselves a little push that, okay, fine, we can do it. Or even if it goes wrong, even if I cannot handle it properly, it's okay. So that support, if we can give ourselves, then I think I can reduce this overthinking.
Good thoughts. Thank you, Hema. Anybody else? Your experiences. Kalpana, Soumya, Sabita.
Good morning, Akka.
Good morning.
I think
Yeah, Kalpana wants to go. Yeah, Kalpana.
It happens sometime overthinking, and again we go, but not in everything, I think. Sometime overthinking means it goes 2-3 days and a week also. But after that, we have to come out of it. I think like that.
So you come out of it after 1 week.
Yeah. 1 week or it takes time,
Okay.
but I come out.
How do you come out?
And generally with logic and all, I have to forget it, I have to forget or solve it like that.
Okay. Good.
Akka, I think it's not bothering me, I think, because I'll surrender fully. I'll do the things with full effort and limit the results.
Okay. You limit the results. What do you mean by that?
Leave the
Leave the
Tripudal.
result. Okay. Karma yoga.
And I'll surrender myself. Whatever may be the results, I'll accept it.
That is also one way. That is very nice, I think.
Yeah, very
If
good.
you surrender.
Yes. Logic is one way, surrendering is one way. Very good inputs. Thank you. Sabita, you want to say something?
yeah, overthinking is there continuously, but now it's reduced a lot. Maybe it's because of the meditation or trusting on the supreme power, so that things are going to be okay, whatever may be the condition. So maybe up to an extent it's contentment also.
Okay.
With whatever we
Have.
Yeah, right.
Okay. You're going to make coffee now? You're going to make coffee now? Sabita.
Yeah, for all of you. Yeah, I have
All
to
of
make
us
breakfast
here.
because it's a working day. So I think I'll shut my camera.
Okay, sure. Akka, Ingraka, Vivaka, you want to say add something?
Overthinking ante Pavani, after retirement, I said yesterday, I told you yesterday, no? Nowadays I am free most of the time. So I just question myself, am I doing right thing or wrong thing?
Okay.
Sitting at home, not communicating to
actively
anybody.
active.
Yeah. Not working to any medical colleges like that, no? then I will come to the conclusion, okay, whatever happen is happening. Like that, I'm leaving everything to God. Just
Okay, great.
that's yeah.
Akka?
Pavani, I don't do any overthink, Pavani. I just I only think that I
Okay,
don't do
very
any
good.
overthink.
Okay, somebody we have who doesn't have overthinking. That's wonderful.
I just allow the things, let them happen, and I have to discharge my duties. And overthinking changes the depression is just
Correct. Okay, thank you. Thank you, everybody. So what we understood is overthinking. So almost all of us, sometime or the other, we have. And Sukada, you mentioned one word called fear. When do we overthink? Logically, first let us understand what is overthinking. Overthinking, Kalpana also mentioned, when does she overthink? And Hema also mentioned, when we overthink. We overthink when our identities are different. Like I identify myself, like Indraka was saying, that she's been working all her life. Now after retirement, she feels, am I doing the right thing by working or not? So her identity of working or spending time is in a certain way all these years. Now it is changed. So is this right or wrong? It's an identity issue there. Then, like Hema said, when we don't know what to do, when we are not clear about what we are doing, and also when there is fear, when there is self-doubt. So most of our problems are in the Muladhara or in Swadhisthana. So what is happening to people who are able to manage overthinking or not having overthinking, they are trusting the process. When you trust the process of the universe, then you don't have to overthink. Letting it happen. You're not worried. When you are worried, you are actually questioning the process, the universal process. Then we get stagnated. Then we are thinking, having the repetitive thoughts. You continuously, because it goes in cycles, because you're not getting an answer. Whenever you're not getting an answer for a long time, it is like you're questioning the obvious. You're questioning the whole process the universe works on. So we are getting de-aligned from the universal laws. If you are working along the law, then we don't have to overthink.
Yeah, Pawnee, are you saying accepting things as it happens?
Sometimes you can't, because your opinion is very different from what is happening.
So if we accept it happens like that only, then we can avoid overthinking.
First step is to accept.
Yeah.
No complaints. The fear is coming from a doubt. Doubting the process. So acceptance means, okay, this is how it is. Then you have an option to take action. The second step. That is what Hema was mentioning, right? When I find a way to act on it, then I stop thinking. When you are in action or when you have a solution, you figure out a solution, then you have your overthinking comes down.
Yes, one point somebody mentioned about logic. So I remember reading in a book, when emotions are high, logic is low. Exactly. You know, so one thing I found to work for me when I start overthinking is I treat myself like I'm a friend and I'm not myself. You know, so that my emotions are separate and logic is separate. Then when logic starts playing, I realize that it is not such a big issue. You know, it is just emotions, and that's why I also spoke about mental diet, because when you're not controlling your things, your mind goes haywire. Like mine goes haywire. Even when somebody texts me saying, hey, I want to talk to you, I'm like, okay, what do they want to talk? Okay, did I do something? Okay, are they like going to cut me off? Things like that, you know, which don't make sense at all. So I treat myself as if I'm not me, as if I'm somebody else, and I'm talking to a friend who was going through this issue, for example. Then I realize it's a very small issue and it's nothing actually. That kind of helps.
Okay. One more very simple thing, energy work, is whenever we are overthinking, whenever emotions are running high, you check your breath, whether your left nostril is active or right nostril is active. Most of the time, 99%, your left nostril will be stronger than the right nostril. Left nostril is your Swadhisthana chakra. If your left nostril is high, you are high on emotions. Chandra Nadi is your emotions. So you get very, very emotional. So you will be getting into the spirals of emotion. That is where you are overthinking. How do you shift immediately is close your left nostril, do the Surya Nadi Pranayama, that is breathing fast with your right nostril. You can do it in the middle of the night also. If you wake up and suddenly you remember something is not going well and you get into those spirals and then you don't sleep, you cannot sleep after that. So immediately remember to check your activity on your breathing. You can immediately change your gears and you will get normal. Then do the Anulom Vilom for say 3-4 times and sleep. You will be able to sleep peacefully because it gets balanced. I realized this or I discovered this very recently and it is working really well. I've experimented with some other people also. It is working. So you all also can take it. You don't have to wait for 1 week, 1 month. You can instantly come out of it.
Only normal times with both nostrils.
As long as you are
Normal.
breathing with, generally one nostril is a little stronger than the other.
I'm also observing. But normally morning we can breathe with both nostrils. No?
Breathe with no.
Pranayama.
See, normally whatever happens, it will keep happening. But when you are a little more emotional, you want to shift to the logic, then you start consciously breathing with your right nostril. If you are actively participating in some discussion or being with people, you are generally a little stronger on your right nostril. But when you are alone and when you are thinking a lot and when it goes to the emotional subjects, then your left nostril becomes stronger. Maybe sometimes you need that, sometimes this, but if it is affecting you for a long period of time, and when you know there is a repetitive thought happening where you are not able to understand what is happening, just shift to your right nostril. Consciously, even if you breathe for 5 minutes, then you will see the difference. Now I think for everybody, it must be right nostril. Just check.
Yes, I checked just now.
Because we are with the people, we are not with ourselves too much.
Yeah.
If we are in a group discussion, for everybody, right nostril will be little high. During the day, when there is an activity, mostly our right nostril will be strong. Any questions around it? So let practice it sometime this month, whole month we have. Anytime you have something bothering you, immediately check your breath and shift. And give us a feedback on the group so that others also can take it on.
So if Manipura is strong, overthinking will be less, it will not bother us like that?
Yeah, Manipura is your conscious mind. So you come to your conscious mind. Left nostril is your subconscious mind. So all the old programs will keep running. And then you figure out logically whether there is a fear, whether there is a doubt, where is the trust missing? Why do you think something wrong will happen to me? So the point that every day all the activities within your body are running well. That's why we are alive for so many years. If such a thing is happening, why will something go wrong around us? Why will something bad happen
So
to us?
Manipura, this meditation will help, I think, for overthinking.
Yeah, if you have too much of overthinking, then strengthen your Manipura. You can do sun meditation. You can do this mudra, Linga mudra. You can do, or you can do Surya mudra, Surya Nadi mudra. So just press the ring finger with your thumb. That also you can do Surya mudra. This also activates your Manipura chakra. This and the Linga mudra. And to reduce your thoughts, you can use Hridaya mudra that we were doing, right? Apana Vayu mudra. We put the and
Index
finger, we roll down to the
thumb,
bottom of the
root of the thumb.
bottom of the thumb and touch the three fingers. Leave the little finger out.
Okay.
This is Apana Vayu mudra or Hridaya mudra. So that will release anything that is not needed for you, any emotional burden that you have, it will go. So immediate SOS thing is change your breathing. Then you deal with all this. First you have to center yourself. You don't have to be bothered about it for a long time. So that speed of understanding yourself depends on how well you are able to observe yourself. The more awareness you have, the more you observe your thoughts, then you become proficient in that.
Another thing I had, which is probably not overthinking, maybe just some answers were needed. So these 2 months we worked on self-love and, focusing on ourselves.
Self-love, yeah.
Yeah, so I did work on that, and automatically a lot of people who I didn't even realize were in some way harming me emotionally got moved out of my life. I didn't realize it, and they got moved out of my life. I cut some people off, and some people just stopped talking and things like that, and I wasn't bothered. But this is the first time in my life I've actually cut people off. I've actually like blocked somebody out of my life. And I started feeling guilty about it, because since childhood we've been taught to be selfless, and we've been taught to, especially me, I have been taught to not cut anybody off because you don't know who will help you at what time.
Right. Sukada.
So when I cut people off, I was like,
Sukada, just shut your video for a while. There's some disturbance. We are not able to hear you clearly. Yeah, now continue.
Is it okay now?
Yeah.
Okay, so I was saying we have always been taught to not cut people off because you don't know who will help you at what time.
Right.
So it's always important to have contacts. I agree with that, but if somebody is harming you emotionally, maybe it's good to cut off. And when I did cut off, I started feeling guilty. I'm like, but they have been my friend for so long. They have been there when I needed, and things like that. So again, that was a kind of, I don't know if it was overthinking or if it was just guilt inside of me.
Okay. Why do people, you cannot be with the same people for a long time, is when you are on a different path, you change your path. Like you can't, all your friends from your nursery school are not with you today. Yeah. All your 10th standard friends are not with you today. They're not doing the same thing that you are doing. So each of you choose different paths. So the conversations are different. The events in life are different. So our mindset keeps changing. Okay. So some people, we find them toxic at some time, not that they are toxic, because we are evolving, we are changing a lot of things within us. That doesn't mean to say you cut off people completely. You need to understand that I am thinking differently and the other person is thinking differently. And if you don't have right boundaries set for the people around you. So you need to work on setting the boundaries rather than cutting off people from your life. If you start cutting off people from your life, then you will be left alone. In whatever field, if you, each of us want to be in the summit, right? We want to be the specialist in our field. So by the time you reach the apex of your career or your work, then you won't have anybody, any friends around you. There won't be any well-wisher around you because you've been cutting off because they're toxic, they're not thinking like you. So unity in diversity, Sukata. So there is a certain, each one of us think differently and we need to accept that. So when you start resisting something around you, which is again coming from the Swadhisthana chakra, then you will have these problems. I am right, the other person is wrong. You need to come to I am okay, they are okay. There is nothing right or wrong, it is just our perceptions.
Detachment in attachment.
You be detached, but be attached to people. You detach yourself from the nonsense that they are going through, then it won't affect you. If somebody is toxic around you, it only means that you are letting it happen to you. The moment we talk about self-love, taking care of us, it is not about being selfish. You are taking care of yourself, but you're not cutting off people from your life. Then it's not working. Then the oneness is not working, right? We are all one in many ways.
Okay. Got it.
Got it?
Yes. Got it.
We are unique, yet we are all similar. In some ways, we are unique. In many ways, we are all similar. Why doctors in India also can check a patient in America? Because the body is same. The way we think is same. Our emotions are same. Everything that works in our body, everything that works with us is similar. Just that we are interested in different subjects and we have different personalities. So the thought processes, emotions, everything work the same way. So we are all unique in certain ways, but we are all one in so many other ways. We breathe the same air. The earth is going round, okay? Earth is rotating, but the atmosphere is the same, right? We pollute it, that's a different story. Because the sky is the same.
Yeah.
Can you understand that concept of oneness? In the whole universe, everybody is using the same natural resources and our bodies are also made of the same 5 elements.
Yeah.
That's what we learned in each chakra, right? So taking care of oneself is not equal to being selfish.
Right.
Okay? And not being harsh on others. You don't have to be harsh on yourself, you don't have to be harsh on others. Does that make sense?
Yes. It does.
Now we'll go to Kalpana's topic.
Can I ask a question?
Yes, Savita.
Like you said that it's not necessary to cut off people.
Hmm?
Say, sometimes it's not possible to do with them.
Hmm?
So how do we deal with that? You know?
They will go all by themselves, they will go off. You won't have day-to-day conversations with them.
Okay.
But there are some relationships we can't do much. So their acceptance is the only way out. Just
So we
accept
have
this is how it is. This is how they think. This is how I think. Let's live and let live.
okay. So tolerance has to be
Yeah.
improved. Huh?
See, when we are not able to match with somebody else, it could be the problem with them or with us. It is basically we are trying to look at world from our own perception.
Yeah.
Not everybody works on themselves. Not everybody gets into this evolutionary trip, right? So normal way, even for us, say a few months back or few years back, it was the same.
Okay.
The society works on those same principles, no?
Yes.
So what I see is right, what I don't see is it doesn't exist. But with all this practice, what we understand is there is a lot of things which I can't see, so let it be there. Because each of us are a product of our life experiences. Whether it is right or wrong, it is still the same. So then you can when you understand this is where our logic comes into place. Actually understanding beyond what you see with your two eyes using your third eye.
Okay.
That's where when we are starting, when the third eye gets activated in your Ajna Chakra meditation, when you're doing Om or any other practice, so that is when we get this clarity. We can see through people, we can see through things. So then it becomes easier for us to actually surrender or trust the whole process of the universe. Does that answer your question, Sabita?
Yes. Yes. Thank you.
We'll move to Kalpana's. Yeah, Kalpana. What was that? Living blissfully beyond compulsions, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Anybody, any thought? Kalpana, first share your thoughts on that.
No, I want to hear others first.
You want to hear others first. So mostly about compulsions. What are the compulsions that are not letting us live blissfully? Any thoughts?
I could add something here.
Okay, first, can we all define bliss so that we are all on the same page? We are talking about the same thing. Otherwise, bliss and happiness, they are all very personal, right?
Yes.
So let us understand what bliss means to each of us, and then we will go what are compulsions that are stopping us from being blissful. This Kalpana, you should start. What is bliss for you?
For me, bliss is taking every situation happily.
Okay. Okay.
And whatever is there, we can go smoothly.
Okay.
Like that's all I can say.
Okay. Hema, you want to say something?
Bliss is a subconscious happiness which is always there.
Okay.
Good.
That is what
How do you experience it?
Not able to say.
Not able to say. Okay. Anybody else? Soumya?
I think everything is blissful, Akka.
Yeah, but what stops you from experiencing it?
No, I think I'm at a
You can
state of,
feel you're blissful.
yeah. And no, nothing is bothering me now.
Okay, great.
He has gone above.
Yeah, he's been practicing well.
Yeah.
Yeah, good. Thank you so much. Anybody else? Thoughts on what is bliss for you? Sukada, you can go now.
Yeah, bliss for me, I think it changes with time and with experiences. So as a kid, bliss for me was if I got to eat good chocolate, I'm blissful. So it changes with experience. Maybe now it is the letting emotions flow and not holding on to anything.
Okay,
That is bliss for me now.
okay. How is it different from being happy?
Maybe bliss is one step above happiness because happiness is dependent on situations and happiness is dependent on a lot of factors. But bliss
Right.
is above all that.
Right. So when you eat a chocolate or when you are letting the thoughts flow, you're still thinking about right, wrong, good, bad.
Hmm.
What I like, what I don't like. That is giving you a certain kind of experience, which you are saying bliss, but that is what we generally say as happiness. Like Hema and Soumya mentioned, bliss is something beyond, you also mentioned it, beyond happiness, and it is not something that you can explain. Happiness is also not something we can explain, but you can say, I'm happy because of this. Bliss is, I don't have a reason. I am blissful. That is where there is no opposite to it. When you are saying happy, there is unhappiness. But when you're saying blissful, there is no opposite to it. Are you all okay with it, or you have any other thoughts?
It is the same what you are telling. That's why I wasn't able to put it in words. Like
Yeah.
I said, I don't know how to tell it.
When there are thoughts, it's not like you become completely thoughtless. It is not like you are not living in an environment. It is not like you have to go to Himalayas and get completely cut off. You are there, but it is not affecting you.
Detachment.
It starts with detachment. It starts with understanding. It starts with
Accepting.
trusting. It starts with accepting. Yes, you just accept.
Accepting is first, then detachment.
Then comes detachment.
Yeah.
First you accept, then you start trusting. Once you start trusting, detachment happens.
Yeah. Trust is main thing.
Yeah.
Accepting, then trust. It is good.
First, when you start accepting, then your emotions are slowed down. Then you start trusting the process. All that happens is for my good. There is some learning if something is not happening the way I want it.
Hmm.
So what is the learning? Look for what I can learn from this incident.
Yeah, that is the positive thing.
Yeah, the moment you start learning, then you start trusting, because everything that we are resisting is taking us away from the blissful state.
Yes, yes, yes.
Because I did not get a train ticket, I am unhappy. Okay, if I don't get a train ticket, do I have any other options? What am I learning by not getting the train ticket is I should book earlier, or I should plan better, or I can look for some other options. At this point of time, I don't want to waste my energy on feeling sad about it.
Or
Resist.
this is better for me.
Yeah. I
So-
only have to go in the train, we can change it. And if you are spending more for it, then it is the fees you are paying for getting that learning.
Yeah.
Don't look at it, it's an investment.
trusting that everything is
For my good.
good and it will
All
be
that
good.
comes to me, all that happening to me is for my good.
My God.
If I am feeling stuck, I only have to understand that I am resisting, I am not understanding. Then what we need to do is work on our Ajna Chakra to understand, to let things unfold for us. That is when the light is little more brighter on that area, then we start understanding different aspects of that which we are not generally able to understand. Or you will find a group of people where you can discuss, where you can understand. So like this is how the group discussions actually help us, right? Each of us have different perspective to the same thing. All of us understand it in different ways. So we are learning 4 or 5 different ways of looking at the same thing. First step to experiencing bliss is deciding to be blissful. You need to make a decision that I want to experience bliss.
Okay.
Yes, this is very important.
Yeah. Otherwise, there is no goal, there is no focus.
Yeah.
So automatically, if your path is towards bliss, you will drop all that is not giving you that. So you will give all those duality, right? Good, bad, right, wrong. Me, they are thinking like this. They hurt me. I did this. All that guilt, all that fear, everything will just get dropped. Your goal of life should be bliss.
Pavani, bliss is temporary only, no? Or it is a permanent. When we meet old friends,
You need to maintain it.
When we
It is
talk
not
to
to-
when we
Sorry.
talk to old friends, when we meet some 10, 15 years back friends, we find happiness and we forget everything. Is that also bliss, Pavani?
Yes, because at that age, especially when you meet your school friends,
Yeah,
you experience that.
yeah.
Because those days we did not have this judgment.
Yeah.
We start judging people after 10 years or 13 years. As you get into teens, you start judging. So these friends of yours who are from your school days, you can connect to them at any point of time because those days you have not judged them.
Okay. Mm.
So that is how we say when you can look at any person like your friend, life will be very, very smooth.
Yeah.
Because you accept all good and bad of them. You're not judging them. You just accept that person as they are. Just
Yes,
go back and see your old school friends. If you're able to have a good conversation with them, you're not talking about technical stuff. You're not talking about money making. You're not talking about those things. You're talking about your very personal emotions, very
yeah.
personal things you can share with them.
Yes.
But you can apply the same principle in all areas of your life.
Yes.
Automatically, you'll be blissful. Very easy.
So we should not be judgmental. That point has come here.
Yes, we cannot make any decision without judging. Okay, that we
Yes.
need to understand. We need judgment. We have to judge. Otherwise, everything is like one plain sheet. But
Yeah.
life is in many multi dimensions, right? So
Okay.
you need to know that there are different dimensions, and that knowledge or that understanding should give you the ability to accept all the dimensions. So all of us have different perspectives. Those are different dimensions for the same subject, right? So when you accept all of it, that is when you are blissful. It's okay for them to think the way they think.
Yeah.
It's okay for them to live the life the way they want. It's their life. It could be our children, it could be our spouses, it could be our parents. We just let them live according to their choice. When we get into trouble with relationships is we want them to take decisions based on what we know about you. So this is right, that is wrong. How are we saying is from our experiences, but our children can have different experience. So let them experience their life in the way they want. That also gives a lot of freedom. Give everybody freedom so that you are free.
That is there.
Most of our freedom, where are we losing?
Live and let live. Eh?
Yeah, live and let live. Does it help?
Yes.
Yeah. Yes. Thank you.
Most welcome. So my agenda, the third one, was we have a lot of concepts that we keep posting on the group or we read everywhere, right? Can we pick one idea per week and actually observe how it is working in my life?
Yes.
Yes. Yes.
So that we start observing more and we have a focus. What are we observing this week?
Yes.
One thing at a time.
One thing at a time. You can't do 100 things at a time.
Yes.
Good
Putting up
idea.
short-term goals is very important.
Yeah. See, you have your goals. We are not
Yes.
talking about goals here. Say last week we had this post, right? It was very nice. You give with one hand, two hands come up or something like that. Who posted it? Extending one hand to help somebody has more value than joining two hands for a prayer.
I have posted Pavani.
Yes, that. Yeah, that
That
is what
was from my
actually.
old friends only.
Yeah, that actually triggered something for me. These are nice posts. Many of you are posting very nice ones. So if we can use one post per week, there is one more which Amma has sent. Nothing in this world can bother you more than your own thoughts and mind. So learn
Yes,
to
ma'am.
control your thoughts.
Yeah.
So we can pick something, okay,
Yeah.
and take it up as a challenge. See, we are not actually changing your goals. This will all take us to the same goal, to be blissful. End goal, I suppose all of us have that as our goal.
Yes.
Whatever on the way we have different goals to fulfill, but the end goal is to be blissful and achieve all the other goals. Are we aligned to it?
Yes.
Yes. Okay.
Yes. Yes.
So I don't want to be alone on that journey. That's why I'm taking people along with me. So what we can do is we can just pick one so that we observe or we are more mindful about that one particular thing. We don't have to do anything about it. Just observe and keep moving. Okay, this is where I have helped somebody. So if we take that one quote, which I just now read. Oh,
Can you read it once?
yeah, I'm doing it. Yeah. Extend one hand to help somebody. Extending one hand to help somebody has more value than joining two hands for prayer. So just observe on this. How you value, what you value more. Are you valuing helping people or are you valuing more of praying. You don't have to do anything about it. If you get some insights, you can share with all of us so that we can also learn from it. Or you can make a note and keep it, and next time when we meet, we can discuss it. Any which ways works. So every week we have a challenge. Whatever post we get first thing on Monday morning, that is what we will use for the whole week.
Whole week or whole month?
Weekly ones. Whole month it will get too drag.
But
So
here
whole month is about being what we can end of the month. It should all culminate in managing our overthinking, or going to see, when you are stopping your overthinking, then you are going to be blissful. So both are interconnected,
yeah.
right? So all that we do is very, very interconnected. It is not like they are isolated. We, for discussion sake, we isolate things, but finally it is all one. Being blissful can be the theme for the month. In that 1 week, we will observe our overthinking. Maybe 1 week we can observe something else. So I leave it to people what to start with. Where do we start for this week?
We'll start with this quote only.
This quote only. So it will be every Saturday, first quote. Whoever puts on Saturday. If nobody puts, then what do we do? Whoever opens the group first, they will put.
Okay.
You can create a challenge. Anybody can create a challenge. So first person in the group, whoever puts a quote, we will try to understand what that quote says, and that will create a challenge. Whoever opens the group first, please create the challenge for everybody for that week.
Saturdays, no? Saturday mornings.
Saturday morning. Because
Sure.
we meet again on a Saturday, right?
Yes.
So after 4 weeks. So today, did anybody put anything?
I have it.
Nobody has put. Let us see. In this group, who is going to post now first? Check your phones if you have something to post. Post, and we will start with that.
I sent something right now.
Right now you sent?
Yes. A beautiful message from Sadhana.
Okay. We repeat what we don't repair. So if you can repair on this Sundar Shanivar, Suprabhatam. Okay. Yeah, it goes with our overthinking, right? What are we repeating?
Yes.
So for people who don't have overthinking as a problem, there could be something else that you are repeating often. There could be some thing that you want to change, some habit, but you're not changing it. So what do you all want to pick? What is it that you are repeating often, which you want to change? Is there anything that you want to work on? Hello, suddenly silence. Everybody is in bliss.
Everyone is trying to.
Everybody is trying to read. Okay, okay. I thought everybody is in bliss, so no talking.
I want to work on my habit of overthinking.
Habit of overthinking. Okay.
See, might definitely have to work on overthinking.
Okay.
To spoil my mental peace otherwise.
Yes. So overthinking. So the first thing for overthinking, what are the steps for overcoming overthinking?
As we said, acceptance, slow down the emotions.
First step. Let us
Breathe,
do steps.
breathe regulation.
Check your breath first.
Yes.
Until you check your breath, you cannot stop your overthinking. That's the first thing.
Okay.
Then you do. Yeah. What is the next step?
To acknowledge that this is not the truth, to acknowledge that this is your mind going haywire,
Yeah.
and
Accepting.
come to settling the mind through logic and through surrender.
You're actually resisting something. So first thing is you accept. This is how it is. Don't negate with your mind anytime. Don't say this is not true, this is not happening. Then your mind is not going to listen to you. It will become that adamant child. First accept this is right. Okay. Whatever I'm thinking is right and it is valid at this point of time. But it is not taking me anywhere. It is not furthering me towards my goal. So let me think how I can break the cycle, break the repetitive cycle. That is what that quote says, repair. That is how you repair it. So even some habits, we have certain habits which we know are not forwarding us. Like we can be postponing things. We will do it tomorrow, day after. We have some to-do list, but we don't finish one thing which is carried on for many, many months sometimes. Maybe cleaning up that one cupboard in the house. It could be anything. These are all habits that you can break. Anything habitual which is not working for you, you can break that habit. Does every one of us have at least one thing to change or break?
Yes.
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 Yes. Kalpana? Yes.
Yes.
Yes. So all of us have. So let us work on that this whole week. One habit that we can break or repair. You don't even actually have to fix it. You just can accept and move on. Just make that change. There are two ways. One, you either address it to make a change or decide this is not important for me and drop it. Both ways you are released.
Mm.
But you want to do and you're not doing. You want to change and you're not able to change makes you feel helpless in life. So come out of that trap. Automatically your overthinking will stop. Or feeling guilty about yourself will stop. Challenge accepted, everybody?
Yes, sir.
Okay. So let us complete with Om meditation.
Okay.
Because everything is concerned about that we discussed today is about Agnya Chakra, getting clarity about things. So let us do Om. Let us all do it together. A, U, Ma 3 times, and then Au, U, Ma together 3 times, and Om for 11 times. Okay?
ఇంకొకసారి చెప్పండి.
A, U, Ma independently 3 times. Then Au, Ma in one breath 3 times. Then Om with the silence also included 11
Yes.
times.
ఓకే.
Okay? So let us start. You can use the Agnya Chakra Mudra. You all remember?
That Lingam Mudra, Pavani.
Kadaka, you raise your middle finger and close all the other fingers.
Yeah.
Is it clear?
Okay.
Right.
I have the mudras. I see. I will observe that all mudras I record. And Linga Mudra also for this.
Linga Mudra is for strengthening your Manipura Chakra.
Manipura Chakra.
That is, you clasp your hands and hold right finger
Yeah.
with your thumb and the forefinger of the other hand.
Okay.
For
Right
some
thumb.
people,
Right.
you feel comfortable with right thumb. For some people, you might feel better with the left thumb. Both are okay. I'm more comfortable with the right one, so I do this. So let us start Om meditation. Close your eyes. Spine straight. Agnya Mudra at your heart chakra. Let us start chanting 3 times Ah. Take a deep breath. Focus on your Muladhara chakra. And start chanting Ah from your Muladhara chakra. Inhale. 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 Now let us chant Oo. Focus on your heart chakra. Inhale. 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 Now let's chant Makara. Inhale. Focus on your Agnya chakra. Inhale. Inhale. Let's chant Ah, Ma in one breath. Inhale. 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 Now let us chant Om 11 times. We chant Om and also one part of it, we keep the silence before we start the next Om. Okay. Inhale. 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 Observe how the sound is merging into the silence. Inhale. 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 Stay with the silence. Observe the vibrations around your Agnya Chakra. Release your mudra. If you feel there is more vibrations in your Agnya Chakra than you can handle, use your thumb tool and press on your Agnya Chakra so that your energy is in balance. Rub your palms. Examine your eyes, open your eyes into your palms. Observe all the energy into yourself. All good? Everybody back?
Yeah.
I'm stopping the recording.